Hello and welcome to English Works YouTube channel with me, Anthony. In a previous video I referred to a previous video where I spoke about formal English or formal English greetings. However, that video hasn't uploaded properly and I no longer have a copy. So I'm redoing that video here today. So this video is about English greetings in a formal setting, so a business setting. So let me begin with some advice. If you've started a new job or you're in a situation and you're not quite sure where to pitch your English, the first thing that you should do is probably pitch it to the more formal side of the English language, or the more formal part of the spectrum. Why? Because you won't come across as rude or too familiar. Better to be formal and then become informal as opposed to the other way round. So begin formally. Gauge the situation, get an understanding and listen to how other people reply and speak, and then you can pitch your English to that level. That would be my advice. So let's begin with some formal English greetings. The most basic ones would be based on time. Good morning, good afternoon, and good evening. These are all based on the time of day. These can be made to be a bit more informal by saying morning, afternoon and evening, by dropping the good. Now good night, on the other hand, is generally a form of goodbye. Even if you met someone at night time, you would probably say good evening. You wouldn't say good night, because good night, as I have said, is linked to a finality, to goodbye. It is nice to meet you, or pleased to meet you. Now these are greetings which are formal and polite, and you would say them to someone the first time you meet them. It is nice to meet you. You wouldn't say that again. That would be a one-off. The first time you meet someone, it is nice to meet you, I'm pleased to meet you. Now if you're meeting someone a second time, you might say it is nice to see you again. So, or a second or third time or consequent times. So firstly, it is nice to meet you. It is nice to meet you again. How have you been? Now this question is a form of greeting, and it's a person who's already met someone asking how you have been since the last time they saw you. Have you been well since the last time that you both spoke? How do you do? This is probably the most formal form of greeting, and it's become rather uncommon. It's still used, however, amongst older people or people who are particularly polite, and the proper response would be something like, I am doing well. Or as strange as it might be, but it's quite common, and particularly in Britain, you might reply with, how do you do, as a form of answer. Often, in Britain at least, when someone asks how you are, it's generally not expected that you give a reply of actually how you are. And if you do give a reply, you just reply in the affirmative, I am fine. Okay. I hope this helps clear a few things up. We've looked at informal greetings, slang greetings, and formal greetings. Thank you for taking the time to listen to the video. If you like it, subscribe. If you have any ideas, you can leave them in the comments below. Thank you and goodbye.